الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Akhi, what's your name and where do you come from?
Well, my name's Nathan. I'm 26 years old and come from Erdington.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. What was your childhood like?
My childhood, first things first, I'm not going to look at things as negative because, from gaining knowledge and being a student of knowledge, I've realized that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, has been through, unimaginable things. There's people in the world who go through a lot worse of things, So on a whole, I grew up in good conditions. I had a roof over my head, had water, had food, And I'm grateful to be alive, to me, there's no point in me looking at the negative things in life and living, my childhood, because, I'm very blessed, I'm a lot more blessed than most,
Excellent. Tell me a bit more about your background.
My parents were born in Jamaica, My parents separated, My dad, whether he likes it or not, I grew up with a lot of values that Muslims had, in a sense, because my dad had two wives, so to speak. Even though it's not official, it was more common law.
Okay.
But one of them, so I grew up in that kind of structure. I'm the only child from my mother, which is a big blessing. I haven't had to share my love with nobody, no siblings in that respect. But I've got a brother and sister from my father. I don't like to refer to them as half because, I believe that the seed of a man is, makes it, pure in a sense. It's just a different. And if I plant my seed in a different soil, it's still going to grow.
Okay.
So I've got that concept.
Alhamdulillah. So what was your teenage years like growing up in Birmingham?
I'd say it was difficult because, not having an identity. Obviously, my ancestors, obviously, they come to Jamaica for different reasons. I'm very mixed up in a sense where I got Chinese heritage. My great grandfather is Syrian. And loads of different things. So there's a big mixture of people, an identity kind of thing. We're not knowing who we are, as people. Well, I made a lot of mistakes, I went to prison. I was drawn into the street life because, certain values that we had as people never really helped me in a certain respect, in a sense where, because there's certain ethics and, there's certain principles we need to have as people that was missing from my life. So I kind of went down a wrong road, done certain things, I'm not proud of. And, we all have, we know what it's like in Birmingham in them times, we had to, what we thought was good. Everything was a learning process for me, I can say that, I made mistakes, I went to prison, I learned from them. And I come out and I'm evolving as a man. I'm becoming a better man every day, and that's what I can really say.
So after prison, when you came out of prison, what was your life like then?
I was a father.
Okay.
And that was my inspiration to become a better man. I wanted to. I never realized it then, but my principals were telling me, I wanted to work. I didn't want to commit haram in certain respects. I wanted to make pure money. Which, no matter what job it was, I worked at Aston Villa, rubbish football team, as you know. I don't support them, Man U fan, but I worked there, gritted my teeth through it. Worked on the kiosk. It wasn't the best job, but it gave me a foundation to start to going from a man who's never worked before to start in that way, open up my eyes to get more knowledge. In a sense where I've done courses alongside that. And it led me to the path of youth work. Going off through all them stages. I even passed my forklift license. I went to Jaguar to try to get a job. I dropped the pallet. But inshallah, to you, God had a different kind of plan for me. There's a reason why I never got that job at Jaguar and dropped the pallets when I was doing my test. Because, it led me to a point where, I then elevated, I got a job with the Prince's Trust and, started helping the community in a good kind of way. So, a lot of people's experiences of Islam probably comes from negative experiences, but mine was okay, it was a bit of that, but it was more positive in a sense because I was already doing positive things before I embraced Islam. So, you know, that's a big thing. I want to stress that.
So how did you hear about Islam?
Basically, last year, I went on a family holiday. I had troubles with access seeing my children and stuff. I was at a very low point. I've been on medication, and basically, you know, I know it's bad, it's kuffar and stuff, but you know, I tried to kill myself. Didn't want to live no more. Felt worthless. You know what I mean? Even though I had so much positive things, you know, just by not me being able to be a father and be in my kid's life, that affected me in a big way. You know what I mean? It made me really self-reflect. I think that was the catalyst of everything. Like I said, I was on diazepam, zapicones. You know what I mean? You know, so basically, Islam saved me. It stopped me from taking, you know what I mean, government prescription drugs and all them things. And
so why Islam?
Why Islam? Because it's the truth. You know what I mean? I've studied the Bible. You know what I mean? It's maybe controversial what I've saying. You know what I mean? I've read the New Testament, the Old Testament, and you know, for me, like I said, I've looked into the science of things. It was just more the pagan values that they've implemented in Christianity, the way that the information has changed, they're using certain aspects, and you know what I mean? There ain't no finesse-inity when it comes to certain things I've read about, and it's just mainly the pagan values and, you know, having problems in my own life where they've stopped me from being a father to my children and all them kind of things. It's all accumulated into that. And
okay, so did you actually inquire about Islam yourself? Did you take the time out to go and find out about Islam?
It was the last thing that I did because I was ignorant. You know what I mean? I used to look at things because I can't speak Arabic, couldn't do certain things. I looked past Islam because I thought, well, you know, I don't understand it. So how am I going to be able to relate to something I don't even understand?
Right.
You know, and that was my own ignorance.
So what made you start understanding about Islam, this is the truth, and how did you come into it?
Like I said, questioning my beliefs, my belief structure first, things first. Questioning, you know what I mean? Just asking questions, seeking knowledge. Probably maybe, I need to think, looking at, okay, when I went to Turkey, the way that the people treated me over there, you know, the way there was no, I didn't feel racism, I didn't feel prejudice. I felt love, and I wasn't a Muslim. I felt like, you know, these people, you know, love me for just me being me, not the fact of my colour of my skin or any kind of prejudice or anything. I felt at one with the people and the way they were nice. You know what I mean?
So how long have you been Muslim now?
January the 29th. I haven't been a Muslim long.
2016, mashallah.
This is it, yeah.
So what's the plans for the future? What do you plan on doing in the future?
Like I said, you know, continuing on my positivity, you know what I mean, sorting out my life again, becoming a better man, you know what I mean. Like I said, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, we don't know what Allah's plan is, but, you know, just to be a better man, you know what I mean, give up bad, and in order to get good things in my life, you know what I mean. I've gave up alcohol, you know what I mean, and I go to the gym every day now, and I'm getting more fitter and healthier. I want to do more things.
Do you think this is because of Islam?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely, because like I said, I've seeked knowledge. I'm aware. I'm conscious of certain things now that are prohibitions. I fall short all the time. I'm not gonna lie. It's not easy. Like through the teachings, it helps me because the Quran come down in stages. This is what I've learned. So, you know, we know that Allah's merciful and He's taking time with me in order for me to seek knowledge and to become a better man, and I'm already a better man for it.
Alhamdulillah.
I mean, God has tested me since I've reverted. You have to understand, my family are Christians. You know what I mean? My father doesn't agree with Islam due to his own ignorance, so I have to pray for him. You know what I mean? And
is that how you deal with it? Is that how you deal with that situation?
Yeah, pray for him. You know what I mean? Come to the brothers and ask for help. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I get that, and you know, in time, I reckon my dad one day my mother and my father will look to Revert, because I strive to set the best example of being a Muslim. I need to be better then. I need to watch myself, because they're going to be watching me even more to see, you know, is this helping him, or is this, you know, they're going to be scrutinizing me. So I have to be more conscious of my own behavior and be better.
Most definitely. So what would your message be for those people looking into Islam?
I'll just say to you, you know, maybe when it's your time, when you get your calling, you'll know, because Allah will guide you there. I'm telling you. I mean, I was going through some things in my life. I could have went down different roads. You know what I mean? I was contemplating You know what I mean? I want to say I was contemplating homicide, you know, hurting others, you know what I mean? All kind of things. But you know, when God makes something so easy to do, when you're sitting outside somebody's house with certain things, and you know you can do certain things, and you know what I mean. But you know, I chose not to. I've chose the light instead of the darkness. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at now. You know, we got to forgive. I've learned through Islam, which is very surprising because we hear it through Christianity about forgiveness, turning the other cheek and all that. This is different. You know what I mean? It's broken down to me better of why it's important to forgive. Because I'm forgiving, because you know what? We all fall short. We can't hate people. We have to hate the sin and the actions of what they do. So you know, like I said, I'm trying to become a better man and have forgiveness. Because when we forgive, there's more reward. You know what I mean?
Jazakallah khair, it's an amazing story. Barakallahu feek. May Allah bless you and grant us all an understanding of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahu, 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 Allah, Allahu, 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 Allah.